Hello, my name is Jawan Deshaun Robinson. This is a new episode, Strange Things in Michigan. Well, it's like this. I'm from the hood, Detroit, which they moved me to the suburbs, far out suburbs, really nice area at first, Canton, Michigan, which is in Plymouth, historical area, Pilgrim apartments that they moved me in. That's the name of the apartments, Pilgrim. However, I quickly realized that they kept entrapping me in crimes that I wasn't guilty of. And because I took criminal justice in college, I kind of felt that they were making mistakes and gave them some form of a break because the manner in which they were operating in, I felt that they were being naive a bit, and that it was just they luck that I was just African American, that it wasn't deliberate, basically, and it was just some random events that were happening to me just by dealing with some bad cops who were not seasoned enough to know the difference. So that's how I figured it. And then it started getting processed in the courts where I'm thinking, well, the judges got to know these are fabrication and lies because of the holes in the stories and how the stories are being brought together. But then I start finding out that some of the judges was allowing officers to recant their stories in the trials. Take back some of the things that they put in the report to um, rep represent it, entering re-entering it, entering it back into the court documents, which was another problem for me where I said, hold on, so even though those other incidents could have been allegedly mistakes, this one here was pretty much obvious because the judges allowing the officers to and the prosecutors to um, recant their stories in the court, which is not appropriate time for that type of occurrence to take place in front of the citizens. Definitely. I mean, if you're a crooked judge and that's how you operate, I'm quite sure that's some issues that you and the Lord and some other people gonna have to talk about later on and during life. But as far as in front of the citizens with microphones and cameras, um, maybe some other issues, which I sat there and listen at it and be wilded with the uh, permission of the judge that gave them the permission to recant a story in the courtroom in front of civilians. Um, Very disappointed in the judicial um, side that they were taking, as far as being authority figures in the courtroom that day, based on just TV knowledge. It wouldn't even have to been the best college, law school material teaching for anyone to see that that was illegal. The judge basically told the guys, take it back and write it over, and then bring it back. When I knew that I was innocent in the first place, so I was sitting there waiting, like, Judge, wait till you hear this. And the judge told him to take it back and rewrite it. So I basically moved from out there and moved a little bit further west, which is the next city over, kind of, to Livonia. And trying to go back home to Detroit, which they didn't want me to go back home to Detroit because I guess the lawsuits, I suppose, I don't know. It possibly lawsuits, I don't know. And being here, they moved in some agents next door, and when I was done, like with the probation stuff from those previous incidents, in this house here, this double wide trailer park that they got me living in, off a freeway, which is a 2-lane street, highway, perhaps, in the suburban area between, which is the yellow line that divides Redford and Livonia, literally. It reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard, really. Like, I'm Luke and Bo, and us, Uncle Jesse, all in one. And the procedures is really disturbing. And how, so I was basically done with probation, getting ready to go back to Detroit, and Redford and Livonia basically attacked me with allegations, both of them. They were so close up together that the paperwork, they had to get the paperwork together between both of them to make sure it didn't coincide with the dates that they alleged and the probation periods process that I had to take care of based on each of the cities. Like I say, they both came over to this house. Like, when they found out my probation was over with, they both bombarded my presence, my sanctuary at this location, and basically put me on probation again for some alleged crimes that's ridiculous. And the one is I don't know which one is worse. I believe trying to allege that I had a felony and no one got hit, no one got hurt, and they tried to charge me with felony assault. Nobody got hurt, nobody got hit. In fact, the guy that was next door to me, that was a visitor, he was visiting the guy next door. He didn't even live there. but he was walking around with a gun. He didn't live there. And Livonia police took me to jail. You want to say, of course, what color was he? White. Oh, that explains it. Yeah, that's portionally part of it, but we ain't that racist and naive in Michigan. It was something a little bit more devious than that operating tool just being racist. That wasn't it. It was the fact that they were trying to entrap me no matter what color I was. It was just the fact that I had some lawsuit stuff going forward, and they were in some binds, and they needed that help urgent. So that's why they did it. So this is the last thing I want to say before I get off this YouTube. I'm on YouTube tonight. And what I wanted to say is to show you this neighborhood. You ready? Here we go. This is outside. You all right? Man over there in the court sleep. I don't know. They got another guy over there. But this is the shit that you want to see right here. Oh, look at the moon right above our head. Above us. Now this is what you want to see. This is the highway. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Big ass bitch. Fucking trailer park. And a fucking highway. You see the police flying past because they out here because they trying to deny me on using the Facebook. So I went on Twitter, on YouTube on their ass. So they really tripping because they thought they blocked all means of networking, which I went to YouTube because they blocked the Facebook because that's what I was usually operating on off of, which is not really that bad because actually I get to go straight to Twitter from here. Which is a bigger audience and a more definitely intellectual corporate entity, you know, that's a little bit more richer in grammar and in financial stability and so forth in Twitter. Not saying that YouTube and Facebook is not major giants. I'm just gonna say they're part of the conglomerate. They are part of the conglomerate, and that's basically what it is. And the greatest thing about all of it, as long as those three giants, and we got some more that's climbing, are out here, then those people who tried to strip us away from our constitutional networking rights, it's horrible. I would hate, and this needs to be brought up really in inside of the Senate, inside of our governing parties got to speak about this, especially what they try to do to me. Because, for instance, someone could be in some trouble, and these powers could come in and clip them from society, and they could be hurt really bad. And by me being on here speaking about it, um, this should be enough so nobody else can be put in the same situation and in jeopardy on losing their life based on some people that's trying to antagonize, threat, premeditate crimes against any of our citizens in the United States of America. That's what these social media is for. So we won't allow those people to enslave others. Because slavery is over with. Because the United States fought a war against the people who wanted to enslave people and won the fight. However, the Army still has a responsibility. That's correct. Our United States Army, Air Force, Marines, our service still have a responsibility to keep that oath and that war procedures that were initiated to make sure all of us citizens are free. I'll talk to y'all later about this. Goodbye. Have a great night.